reloading subject video, and I did it on cleaning your brass. Now, the videos that I'm going to do about reloading or hand loading is purely stuff that subjects and aspects of the subject that I don't seem to get a lot of answers, like on YouTube or even from other people, really. And it's a bit of a minefield, this, what I'm covering here, which is scales. You know, I've been searching far and wide for really accurate, and I don't mind paying, you know, I'm prepared to pay like $500 for, you know, proper, professional, really good quality grain scales. I'm prepared to shell out that much because I'm really finicky about weighing powder, especially what the stuff that I'm reloading at the moment, 17 Hornet. Man, that Hodgson's little gun powder, it almost is powder. The granules are so fine, it's just a nightmare to work with. And I'm probably, yeah, I'm going to have a look at Uncle Nick Harvey's loads, because he had some Aussie powders, AR powders, not assault rifle, not that AR 2207 or something or other. Aussie powder, Australian powder, Australian made powders start with the prefix AR. Yeah, so it's got nothing to do with you know, M16 type rifles. Now, so when I first decided, which was pretty much straight away after I got back into shooting, decided to do reloading and hand loading, the reloading kit that I got was the Lee Classic reloading. I don't think you can go past it for value. It's an O-type press, which is really sturdy. There's no flex in it. Yeah, it's cheap. I think it cost me like $230 for the whole kit, and all you need to buy is dies. So it's really, really good value. I don't think you can go past it. Now, in that kit, you get one of these, the Lee Safety Powder Scale. It's a beam type scale. A lot of the people that I speak to, and I say to them, what do you, especially like the guys who are really into accurate shooting, the bench resters and that, they're typically older chaps, and they use almost exclusively, almost all of them, they use beam scales. Now, when I've actually compared the beam scale to a good electronic scale, and they reckon, oh yeah, you can't get more accurate than that. Well, I don't, yeah. Maybe the beam scale that they've got, which is probably a more expensive one, which probably costs more than the whole Lee kit combined. But this Lee one, yeah, it is accurate, but it's not more accurate than the electronic scales that I use. So, and the biggest detractor for the beam scale is speed. It's a slow process, you know. Like weighing powder is a slow process, is a slow process to begin with, but using a beam scale, it's a real chore. So I'm not a big fan of it, so I don't use it. I don't use the beam scale at all. Now, the first set of electronic scales that I bought, they were only like $25 or something, from memory. It was a few years ago, and they were Chinese ones, of course. And I don't have them because I threw them out, because about 6 months ago, I went to use them and they'd start up but they wouldn't stay on. So they're only cheap, and I didn't, I didn't envision doing this video, so I didn't keep them so I could show you which ones they were. But they were really good. Like, yeah, the processor was really quick. You know, as you're trickling the powder, and those numbers are going up. So it was a really good processor in it, but and sensor and processor, whatever's in there. But yeah, they stuffed up after a while and then stopped work, so it wouldn't stay on. So I got rid of those scales. I threw them away. Sorry. If you want to see what that scale was, and I was thinking about getting it again, get that same one again, because on eBay or Amazon, you'll see them and they're under various different brand names, whatever, but they're all the same product. If you want to see that scale, which was a really good one, who was using it? Point of Impact TV, Johnny, on his. I saw him using it on his 17 Hornet reloading, weighing when he was weighing powder on that video. That's exactly the same scale that I had, which was really good, but it did stop working after a while. Now, over the years, I've collected a heap of electronic scales of varying ones, trying them out, trying to see if they're any good, because there's no other real way of figuring out if they're any good. There's the diamond. Now, I saw a few reviews on that one, and people said, "Oh yeah, it's really good. It's tiny. It's a toy, and no, it doesn't cut the mustard. So forget about the diamond. Well, you can buy it, but it was really cheap." Then there's this other one, Professional Digital Jewellery Scale 8028 series, and this one looks like that. Again, it's tiny. It's a toy. No, didn't cut the mustard. They just don't work that well at all. That original scale that I bought, that I originally had, that was about, it had a footprint of like that box, so it was bigger, Does that really mean anything? I don't know, probably not, but yeah, it was bigger. Those things are just toys. Pardon me. Then, and this was only $55. The Hornady G2 1500 electronic scale. So this was only $55. I think I bought it. I don't know where I bought it. I think I bought it from Cleaver. Now this is tiny, but the difference in weight, it's actually got some weight to it, and it's good. It works well. It doesn't fail. It's never failed. It works well, but it only goes to 0.1 of a gram of a grain, which it's just not accurate enough for me. I want more accuracy, and that's just not accurate enough. So, buying because they're only cheap, buying them and testing them and blah, 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 blah. I finally happened on this one. It looked a little bit more professional, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's got adjustable feet, right? It's screw in and out, so you can level it regardless of what surface you're on, to a degree anyway. It's got a leveling. That's not the original pan for it. That's actually off the original one that I had. It's a nice small pan that I'm using for the 17 Hornet. It's got a leveling bubble, so you can see what you're doing with leveling. Now this one calculates to 0.0 to 2 decimal places of a grain, but it doesn't go. Say if you're weighing, I was weighing 8.8 grains. It won't go 8.81, 8.82 as you're trickling at 8.83. It'll go 8.8, 8.85, 8.9. So it goes up in gradients of 0.05 of a grain, which is still more accurate than these other ones. So this is the most accurate scale that I've got. It seems to work really well. One thing about all of them is that you have to constantly tear them. Alright, so tear as in T-A-R-E, tear it out, zero it out. Now, so my advice, if you want a decent scale, I don't know how long it's going to last, I've only just recently got it. It's got no brand names on it. It just says, what does it say? It just says electronic digital scale. Well, here's a number, ZK1382700. Yeah, whatever that is. And it goes to 50 grams. And it'll do the usual grams, ounces, carats, whatever the other stuff is. Now, I got it on eBay, and it's called High Precision 50 gram / 0.001 gram electronic digital scale, jewellery balance. Yeah. And the skew is model 50 gram jewellery electronic. Yeah, it costs $34 Australian. What else? And the seller is online dash retail shop bracket 703 bracket. So if you want to get one of these, there's probably heaps of sellers selling it. If it looks like that, then it'll be the same one. You can see what that looks like. But below, I'll leave the seller's details. You know, because he's done all right by me. He sold me the thing. It wasn't that expensive. It's a little bit more expensive than the $20 ones, and it's only what, $34. Where is it? Yeah, $34. Yeah, $33.97. Not much at all. So this is a scale that I recommend because the others they just don't cut it. And this is an area that I've had really struggled with finding decent scales that were accurate. The scales like with the pretty much, and I've had a look at all. This is like a budget model, the Hornady one, but even the more expensive ones, and even the automatic powder dispensers, they're only to 0.1 of a grain. That's not good enough. All right, it's just not good enough, especially when you're paying for something, for a $500, $600, $700 dispenser, and it only goes to 0.1 of a grain. Yeah, that's all right if you're reloading 308 and whatnot, but when you're reloading or when you're hand loading 17 Hornet, we're talking really tiny increments, and 0.1 of a grain is not good enough. But this thing actually seems to be working okay. Seems to be working well. So I recommend this. No, I'm not getting paid by these people because who are these people? So yeah, if you want to get one, get this. So that's about it, and I'll see you later.